Invitation Homes owns approximately $35 billion worth of real estate.
It's a tricky local regulation, and a decade of cheap money in the housing market has created a perfect storm. Do you want to tell us what the perfect storm is and break this down?
The perfect storm was we had super cheap money for a long period of time. And that super cheap money caused Wall Street, Main Street, and Bob and Betty Smith to all go buy a bunch of real estate. And so low rates equals lower borrowing costs. Lower borrowing costs over a long period of time equals a housing boom. Low rates plus a housing boom plus a vast majority of the market now having interest rates below 4, when interest rates rise way above 4, creates a lock-in effect that pinches the supply. So home prices went up and then rents went up right after it. Let's explain who the boogeyman is. So when the media talks about the boogeyman and they talk about corporate buyers, this is number 2. So BlackRock, the largest institutional investor in the world, started Invitation Homes. They later on sold off their interest in Invitation Homes. Yeah, right. Invitation Homes is currently the second largest owner of single-family homes in the United States, and they own 84,000 homes according to their 10K filing. I actually went and looked at their 10K, and it shows what the price per share and all that is worth on there. So I did some quick math. The median price, according to the US Federal Reserve in the United States last month, was $417,000. So if we take $417,000 times 84,000 homes, you get the fact that Invitation Homes owns $35 billion worth of real estate. Last year, their revenue went up 8.6%, or roughly $2.43 billion in revenue they did last year. So what he was talking about was, man, we had this decade of cheap money. Okay, because the cheap money actually started in the Great Recession and then got really, really cheap during the pandemic. We've had regulation go up at the local and state level, which is pinching supply. And then we had that underbuilding of supply. So what he's saying is this is the perfect storm, and why housing is just going to continue to go up in price. He didn't say this is why our business model works so well, but it's why the build for rent model across the United States and the single family rental model has been working so well because we're so undersupplied. Let's just say they 35 billion times 1%, 350 million saved. That's an unbelievable number.
That's just one company.
That's one of the corporate buyers.